Hello and welcome. My name is Michael Rasco and I'm the owner of Rasco Digital Marketing. Today I'm going to share with you the basics of Google Grants. Google Grants is an incredible offer from Google. Nonprofits who enroll receive $10,000 a month in ad credits to use on AdWords. This automatically renews every month as long as the program exists and the nonprofit is in good standing. So the sooner you start, the more money you get. I've told friends about this program, and they often say that it sounds too good to be true, that potential clients would be turned off because it is an offer of a suspiciously large amount of money. But what am I supposed to do? Lie about it being worse than it actually is? There are some limitations to how the ad credits can be used, which I'll get into later, but you really do get $10,000 worth of ad credits every month. You can check out Google's own website to see for yourself. My friends also wondered why Google is giving it away, if it's so great. Google is giving ad credits away because it's a very quantifiable gift in kind used for a tax deduction. Every click is measured in a dollar amount, and a document of that dollar amount is emailed to the advertiser every month. This is a great deal for Google, and you should take advantage of their eagerness to get a tax deduction. At least 20,000 other nonprofits are already doing so. Another thing my friends say is that this would be good for getting donations. Though it can and should be used for that, it should also be used in the same way that for-profits use it, which is for the traditional selling of goods. Just because you're a nonprofit doesn't mean you don't have things to sell. But most importantly, it should be used to deliver on your mission. Unlike many for-profits, you have a reason to exist that goes beyond doing things to make money. And you need to do outreach to make executing on that mission successful. You don't just start a nonprofit, rent an office space, then go in and sit waiting for someone to walk in saying, I don't know what this place is, but I've just been going door to door looking for help with my problems. Did I finally find someone who can help me? Of course you don't. You buy a website and pay people to manage that website and put service offerings on the website. You create brochures and flyers. You have representatives go to events to reach people who you can help. Google Grants should be a part of that outreach game plan because people turn to Google when they need help with searches like affordable housing options, meals for the poor, and job training. Even those without the internet can make Google searches through their public libraries. As you'll learn in this presentation, Google Grants allows you to connect with people who need help the moment they are looking for help. That is powerful. Not only does Google Grants serve these functions, but using your ad credits will make you look good for making the decision to enroll. I told you that Google logs the ad credits you use as a gift in kind, but the nonprofit should also log this into their accounting system. So if your nonprofit uses all the ad credits for the year, you just got a donation of $120,000. I plan to create another video for client results, but thought I'd share with you a really quick sneak peek. Take a look at what the grants program did for my client, Wallow Foundation. They were getting about 50 hits to their website a week. I set up their account in mid-August, and it immediately jumped to 500 hits a week, an increase of 900%. This program really works. Getting into how it works, AdWords and its competitors are often grouped into a category of digital marketing called pay-per-click, or PPC. If I were to buy a full-page ad in a local business journal, I would call the ad rep, ask for their rate card, perhaps negotiate a little on price, and then pay them to put my art and copy in their newspaper. If the space costs $1,000, then I would have to pay $1,000 for that space. This would be whether the audience I am trying to reach likes my advertisement or not. With pay-per-click, you don't pay for space. You literally pay for clicks on your ad. Though some AdWords formats allow you to pay based on a metric other than clicks, paying for clicks is the most common way to use AdWords. Once you have an AdWords account, the first step is to create a campaign, which isn't anything that shows to an audience, but is helpful in organizing information and making bulk changes to your advertising. How campaigns are divided is completely up to the user, but they are typically broken down by goal. The organizational layer underneath a campaign is the ad group. Once again, it's up to the user how this is set up, but it is recommended that an ad group be organized by product. Under the ad group are housed the keywords and advertisements side by side. The keywords are what a user types in a search engine to trigger your advertisement. It's a really bad term for it because often a keyword is a string of several words rather than just one. But that's the term that everyone in the industry uses, so that's what I'm going to use here. So if a goal of mine is to advertise to Google users that they can donate their used books to friends of the library, I would choose keywords that someone would type in a search engine when looking to donate books. An obvious example of a keyword would be donate books, but also variations on that, such as where can I donate books, donate textbooks, and donate used books. You then set up your advertisements. Each advertisement needs to contain a link to your website. This cannot be your Facebook page or someone else's website. Also included are 2 headlines, your display URL, and an 80-character description. Do you remember that Friends episode where Joey is at a silent auction, but he thinks it's a Price is Right style game? He accidentally bids the highest and has to buy a boat that he calls the Mr. Beaumont. We all know that that's traditionally how an auction works. You bid on something amongst other bidders, and if you're willing to go the highest in the allotted time, you have to pony up the dough to pay for that item. But AdWords bidding works a little differently. The first way it is different is that when you make a bid for a keyword, you don't know what others have bid. There are tools that allow you to see the average, but you can't see that company A bid $4 for a click and company B bid $7. The second way is the price you put down is not what you actually have to pay in most circumstances. Instead, it is the maximum amount that you are willing to pay. What you pay for a click will not go over your set maximum. Sometimes you will pay much less than your set maximum if your competitors are bidding much less than you. This is because Google charges you only what it costs to beat out the competition. And keep in mind that Google Grants recipients are using ad credits for this. You don't have to use real money in your bidding here. Even if you pay to show content, Google wants your content to be relevant to the user because they know that if a user can't easily find what they are looking for, they're going to start using other search engines. That's why when you search used cars, you see advertisements selling used cars and not women's hats. Part of pinning down this relevance is calculating the quality score. A few factors go into this score, but 3 factors are weighted above the others. Those are the expected click-through rate, the ad relevance, and the landing page experience. Click-through rate is a percentage that is calculated by dividing the number of clicks on your ad by the number of times it was shown. If your ad was clicked once and shown 100 times, your click-through rate is 1%. The ad relevance is how closely the text in your ad matches the keywords that you are trying to show for. And the landing page experience is how useful the web page is that you are linking to from the ad. When they click on your ad, where do they go? Does the web page load quickly? Is the web page easy to navigate? Does it contain the information that the person clicking the ad is looking for? What Google then does is look mainly at your bidding and your quality score to determine an ad rank. Your ad rank compared to your competitors determines the position of your advertisement. If it's the best, it will be at the top. If it's the worst, it will be at the bottom, if it is even shown at all. There is also a special rule that Google grants advertisers cannot be shown above paying advertisers. My mentor, Marty Jones, is CEO of Metro East Community Media, and also my first client. He has a background in the entertainment industry, and one thing he often says to me is, they call it show business, but they really should call it business show. The business comes first. If you know the business, you get to show. And pay-per-click is the same way. You might have a great product you are selling or a great service that you provide the community, but if you don't know how PPC works, if you don't do the things I talked about earlier in this presentation, and much more, you don't get to show. But if you or the person you hired does things right, you'll get your advertisement shown like it is here. So when you enter the Google Grants program, you will not have the same amount of freedom that paying advertisers have. I already mentioned one limitation, which is that paid advertisers will rank above you if they are shown. Another limitation is that some advanced features are missing, but everything I showed you in this presentation and more is available to you. There is also a bid limitation of $2 per click. And finally, you need to log in every 30 days and make a change to your account every 90 days. If it falls dormant, you could lose it. If these limitations are too much for you, if you want to use the advanced features, if you want to make bids above $2, I recommend you do that in addition to a Google Grants account. You are not supposed to have multiple paid accounts, but you can have both a paid and grants account. If you already have a grants account and want to pay them money for more flexibility, Google will take your money for that service. Just because you're a nonprofit doesn't mean your money is no good to them. So I recommend you take what's free first. The best time to get started is right now. Like I said in the beginning, it renews monthly. So the sooner you start, the more money you get. If you want help, you can reach me at this number or message me through my website. Thanks for watching, and good luck with Google Grants.